This is CBN NewsWatch.
And thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ephraim Graham. Forecasters warn Alberto still poses a threat even after its Memorial Day landfall. The storm dumped heavy rains in the south, raising risks of flash flooding. And residents in Ellicott City, Maryland are now surveying the damage from the devastating floods. Charlene Aaron is on this story.
Subtropical storm Alberto made landfall Monday afternoon in the Florida Panhandle. Florida's governor issuing this warning to residents.
Be very careful out there. If you're needing to travel, just make sure you're very cautious about that.
Tropical rains extended to the Carolinas, where a local news crew covering the storm was killed after a falling tree struck their SUV. Before Alberto made landfall, another system pounded Maryland with heavy rains. Historic flooding devastated the town of Ellicott City. More than 8 inches of rain in 3 hours washed away cars, roads, homes, and businesses. People climbed to higher ground to escape the rushing water.
No, the water is, this muddy water, is moving really quickly, and there's no way you could cross it.
300 people were rescued. Maryland National Guardsman Edison Herman is missing after he fell into the floodwaters trying to help a woman searching for her cat.
He took a couple of steps in and it just swept him away.
This is the second time the city has been hit. In 2016, it was hammered by deadly flooding. Many businesses were just recovering.
We are going to rebuild. We've been down this road. We know the story, and we're rebuilding.
Similar flash floods could hit the south in the coming days as drenching rains from Alberto spread over much of Alabama and Georgia as it heads to Tennessee and the Carolinas. Charlene Aaron, CBN News.
Here now is a look at some of the other headlines we're following for you today inside the CBN newsroom. A Utah man is home after spending 2 years in one of Venezuela's worst prisons. Josh Holt enjoyed a homecoming Monday, seeing friends and family again. The 26-year-old Mormon missionary and his wife were imprisoned shortly after getting married 2 years ago. Police accused the two of dealing weapons and plotting to undermine the government, but there was no evidence of those charges. Starbucks is closing more than 8,000 stores this afternoon to conduct anti-bias training. The training comes after police arrested 2 black men last month at a Philadelphia store. The coffee chain has apologized, and they reached out to activists and experts in bias training for their 175,000 employees. The company says it wants to put a spotlight on unconscious bias training. A Republican representative, Tom Garrett, says he will not be running for re-election in November. Garrett has added his name to a growing list of lawmakers who will not be running for the midterm elections. Garrett says part of the reason he is retiring is he wants to get to work on getting his alcoholism under control. Now you can find more on these stories throughout the day at cbnnews.com. Dozens of mortar shells were launched at southern Israel early Tuesday morning. This marks the largest attack on the Israeli border area since 2014. The Israeli Defense Forces say they intercepted most of the mortars. One mortar was reported to have landed outside a kindergarten, but there were no children there at the time. Residents ran for bomb shelters as sirens sounded, but were released shortly to send their children to school and return to their routines. Here's what 2 Israeli residents of border communities had to say.
Between the artillery and planes and gunfire last night, all night long, to the color red alerts this morning, maybe had 2 hours of sleep.
My daughter had the baby in the carriage and had to try and figure out a way to get the baby and her 3-year-old into the safe room at the same time while she hears the red alerts going off, while she hears the explosions in the background. It's been a really scary morning.
Tensions are high along the border after the IDF captured 2 terrorists trying to infiltrate into Israel on Monday evening. For weeks, Palestinians have been holding massive protests along the border fence and trying to break through into Israel. South Korean media says a senior North Korean official is heading to the United States. Reports say Kim Jong-chol was seen on a flight to New York, potentially for preparatory negotiations to set up a possible summit. Cole was at Kim Jong-un's side at the table in last weekend's North-South Summit and has been a prominent official in other important talks. He is a former military intelligence chief and now a vice chairman of a committee tasked with inter-Korean relations. President Trump's quest to boost the number of Republicans in the Senate takes him to Nashville today. He's raising money for Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn's Senate bid. Blackburn is an outspoken supporter of the president. She is running to replace retiring GOP Senator Bob Corker, who is an outspoken critic of Donald Trump, but is popular in Tennessee. Polling indicates Blackburn's support for the president could hurt her with women voters. She faces Democrat Phil Bredesen in the fall. The president will also hold a Make America Great Again rally in the Music City. NASA is on a mission to touch the sun. The finishing touches are being put on the unmanned Parker Solar Probe before it's slated to lift off next year. CBN's national security correspondent Eric Rosales shows us why this mission is so important to all of us right here on Earth.
Inside one of the clean rooms here at the Goddard Space Flight Center sits the Parker Solar Probe, an unmanned spacecraft that will travel through the sun's atmosphere. The Parker spacecraft, named famously for astrophysicist Eugene Parker, will go closer to the sun than any man-made object ever put in space.
The more I study the heliosphere, the more I study even near the sun environment where no human being lives, and I don't think anybody is planning to, the more I find the glories of God, that He designed it for us.
For more than a decade, NASA scientist Adam Subbo has been working on the $1.6 billion Parker Solar Probe mission. He says he sees God's hand in the wonders of space, and even our existence here on Earth couldn't happen, Subbo says, without a divine creator.
When I look at that, how much energy there is in the sun, all that energy is coming toward us, yet that energy is extremely dangerous if we were just exposed to it. Look at this spacecraft. Just to fly by there, we had to take extreme protective measures just for robotic stuff to survive, never mind human beings.
Scientists say the probe, about the size of a small car, is equipped with a 4.5-inch thick carbon heat shield. It will allow the craft to survive temperatures of 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, impacts by supersonic particles as it travels at speeds of 500,000 miles per hour, and make it able to endure powerful radiation as it circles the sun.
During these encounters, the TPS has to face the sun all the time. We cannot afford large excursion. It will cause problems.
Just a degree.
Yes.
It will cause problems.
Yes, and we don't want that.
Data sent back to Earth will help scientists figure out why the sun's atmosphere, known as the corona, is hotter than the sun's surface.
The sun, when you're on the surface, you're a balmy 10,000 degrees. You get out into the atmosphere, it's 2 to 3 million degrees. And it's unlike any other body in the solar system.
Once the probe is launched from Earth, in order to reach its correct orbit around the sun, it will fly around Venus 7 times in order to slow down. It's expected to orbit the sun 24 times over the next 7 years, edging closer on each pass. 6 onboard instruments will also measure the sun's electric and magnetic fields, as well as its solar winds and other phenomena. Space weather may not sound like something that concerns us here on Earth, but scientists estimate solar events that happen without warning could cause trillions of dollars in damage in the U.S. And serious coronal mass ejection, or CME, could leave parts of the country without power for a year or more.
The corona can throw us things at us that can harm us. Imagine one of these big CMEs or flares erupt on the sun, and it's hurtling toward us to Earth. It can cause a lot of damage.
Yes, we have a whole bunch of expectations, and we laid out all the level 1 requirements, and these are the questions we're going to answer. These are the measurements that we will do. And then we go there, and then we invariably find that, oh, this is completely different. We have a completely new paradigm. So I'm looking forward to these unexpected discoveries that I can't even imagine yet.
The launch window for the liftoff will take place between July 31st and August 19th. It will blast off inside of a Delta IV rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. Scientists say the hardest thing will be to say goodbye to it forever. Eric Rosales, CBN News.
Coming up, the pressure to create the Pinterest dream wedding. See how the more money couples spend on their weddings, the more likely they end up divorced. The story's coming up after this. These days, couples are spending nearly twice as much as they did on weddings 10 years ago. It's a trend some money experts and even pastors find troubling. Heather Sells breaks down the reasons why an expensive wedding may not be the best way to start a marriage.
For most brides, it starts with this: thousands of pictures and ideas to help plan the perfect wedding.
It's definitely a lot of pressure.
Corey Bateman got married last summer and says she was well aware of the challenge in meeting expectations set by social media.
I think weddings are just a much bigger deal than they ever used to be. It's not as much as, oh, it's two people getting married. It's what kind of party are you going to throw?
And Bateman isn't alone in her feelings. More than 1/3 of couples feel pressure from the media to have that perfect wedding. It may be why the average bride and groom spend $28,000 compared to just $16,000 10 years ago. Or why they delay walking down the aisle.
I am seeing engagements being greatly prolonged. I'm seeing people searching for the perfect venue, for the perfect time of year, for the perfect colors.
Pastor Benjamin Verbacek has written about the pressures couples face to create what he calls the Pinterest dream wedding. It's a theme that other pastors have picked up on as well. The goal: help Christian couples refocus and think about the ultimate purpose of their wedding and marriage.
So culturally, I think right now we're at a place where our identity is not so much looking upward to God and who He says we are in the gospel, the good news that we're His sons and daughters in Christ, but rather who we posture ourselves as in social media.
And research helps back up the idea of a frugal wedding. Economists have found couples going the $20,000 or more route divorce more than those who spend less than $10,000. If you want to go big, social scientists recommend going with more family and friends, not necessarily more money. They believe it can increase your chance of a happy marriage. Sociologist Brad Wilcox calls it the big fat Greek wedding factor.
So having your wedding, in a relatively cheap venue, maybe a church hall, for instance, or something else, but with a lot of your friends and family members there, seems to be the formula when it comes to the ceremony itself for greater marital quality.
Nikki Crystal and her fiance followed this so-called formula without knowing it existed.
I am one of 5. My mom is one of 6. Most of my family lives close by, and so I grew up with just a lot of people around, and I couldn't imagine having something small.
Crystal, however, also faced a tight budget.
My parents helped a lot, and they helped where they could, but I also didn't want to be in debt after I got married.
So the couple cut corners. They picked a cheap venue, hired a photographer for just half a day, and bought wholesale flowers. That kind of thrifty thinking also inspired Casey Capra, who says her mom taught her about stewardship. Together, they made table centerpieces and other decorations.
There was a lot of satisfaction in looking back at things you had created and done and known that you hadn't even spent a lot of money on it.
For their large wedding, Corey Bateman and her fiancé used their network of friends and family to help keep costs down while creating memories. Thanks to volunteers, they didn't have to hire musicians, a florist, or a wedding planner.
Even after the whole day, I had people say to me, we really loved how your wedding was just so family-oriented. I was like, well, what do you mean by that? I'm like, well, we just, everyone was involved. It just seemed like there were a lot of people that care about you guys, that helped, and that were having, just a great time and wanted to be a part.
That community support, says Wilcox, can extend beyond the wedding day and help the couple weather the seasons of life. In the meantime, Pastor Benjamin is committed to help steer couples away from the Pinterest perfect event.
I think they're relieved to have someone telling them, hey, you don't have to make it about these things. The value of your wedding is not on how much you spent on it or how many people post on Instagram during the reception. The value is that you love each other, that God loves you, and it was a Christian wedding.
Heather Sells, CBN News.
Still ahead, a medical miracle. See how a lung transplant made it possible for this opera singer to perform. Charity Tilleman-Dick is a chart-topping opera singer, but she is making amazing strides with someone else's lungs. Lori Johnson shows us how and how faith played a major part.
Opera singers need very strong lungs, so imagine how hard it would be to do this after having a double lung transplant. Not once, but twice. After Charity Tilleman-Dick was diagnosed with a rare, fatal lung disease, Cleveland Clinic surgeons performed the first of her life-saving transplants.
It is a literal miracle every time I sing.
Years later, her new lungs failed. She underwent another lung transplant, an ordeal she chronicles in her book, The Encore.
It encapsulates what life is for all of us and what all of us want. We all want another chance.
She got back on her feet again, thanking God, her doctors, and her donor.
That she would give me everything that she had left of her life is so tremendous. It's so humbling.
She's now good friends with her donor's daughter, even singing with her in what was, in a way, a mother-daughter duet. Sadly, only 20% of donated lungs are healthy enough for transplant. Although in the last decade, more organs are becoming available from the tragic increase in opioid overdose deaths.
These are people, median age is actually around 35 years old, who have gone on to pass away. They have generally very healthy organs.
Believe it or not, lungs infected with hepatitis C may soon be transplanted into people who don't have it. Although infecting the recipient is virtually inevitable, new treatments can cure it.
So you would be adding 1,000 donors to the North American donor pool that weren't there before. That would be 1,000 lives we could save.
The easiest way to become an organ donor is by registering on unos.org, United Network for Organ Sharing. It's recommended you discuss your wishes with your family. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Telling your family is oh so important. Stay with us. We'll be right back with much more of CBN NewsWatch right after this. A man is being called a real-life Spider-Man after rescuing a child dangling from a balcony in Paris this weekend. 22-year-old Mamadou Agassama scaled 4 floors of an apartment building to save a child who was just moments away from falling to the concrete. He reached that toddler in seconds. Agassama is an immigrant who arrived from Mali just months ago, and he says it was God who helped him to save that baby. For his heroic action, Agassama has been awarded with the French citizenship and a job with the Paris Fire Brigade. All right, now it is time for your Tuesday Tweetable, and I hope this is a message that will encourage you and inspire you to post, tag, tweet, and share it with others. Consider this. Favor doesn't mean you won't have trouble. It means trouble won't have you. Here's the bottom line. God's love makes you victorious in all things. He causes all things to work together for your good. With that word, be sure to make this a terrific Tuesday. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN NewsWatch. Remember, you can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about always at cbnnews.com. And we would love to hear what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can do that by emailing newswatch@cbn.com. And you can always reach out and touch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you'll join us again right here next time. Make this a terrific Tuesday. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Goodbye. God bless everybody.